We're doing a reaction to Casper's apology to what the baby mama
I said.
has said. All right, Sanbona.
Who's it?
Who's
I'm
it?
sure you guys are aware of everything that's been going on. And I decided to tell my side of the story. First of all, I'd like to confirm that everything that earlier on this year, I went to a few podcasts, Mpumi Ledwaba's podcast, specifically being the first to kind of try and share the life I was living and the type of mistakes that I did, but also the type of hurt that I caused to a lot of people, including my baby mama. I left out certain details like my son's cancer because I had agreed with her that we wouldn't share that part with the public. And I thought I was
That's good.
honoring her and
That's the right thing
my
to do.
son, but maybe it might have come off
Personal
as me
things
trying
are
to
personal
defend
things.
myself. So, with that being said, I wanted to confirm that as the truth. Might not be the whole truth, but
That's another thing. The truth might not be the whole truth.
and say that is the truth about the person that I was.
Oh, so
It is
the person that I was, so he's no longer that person. I guess
But
Kulumela,
it's
I guess
an important
Kulumela
part of my
Pogoji.
life because
Okay.
The person that I was, so he's no longer that person. So these things happen when he was a person that is no longer now.
Yeah. What I do understand is that he's a born again Christian.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, this is a man who's undergone a transformation, a spiritual transformation, which is good.
Which is good. I
Understand?
agree.
It's also, I think, a sign of growing up. I mean, after how many years in the limelight, living a certain
Well, he's
kind
still
of
in the
life.
limelight.
Yeah. But no, what I mean is that I agree. Everybody wants to be famous because fame is an ego thing,
Okay.
right? Chasing the adulation of other people. You become famous, and then all these people love you, and you can be drawn into the life.
Yeah.
You know, fame is a hell of a drug. You understand?
Okay.
So I think Yenan he was a rock star. He is a rock star. I mean, he's one of the most famous, one of the most popular celebrities in this country.
Celebrity, yes.
Yeah, in this country at the moment. Nilian Ali Keenan, you know, aka Superman. So I think that's what he's referring to, that he's now made a lifestyle change as a result of his spiritual development.
All right.
So,
Okay.
which is respectable.
Yeah.
You
Which
know,
is respectful.
yeah.
We appreciate that. Yeah. Let's move on.
It's growth.
Yeah. It's growth.
definitely part of me. It's part of my history, and that's something that I had to grow from, and it's something I had to forgive myself, you know. For secondly, I'd like to say, you know, gents, when you make bad decisions in your life, these are the consequences. This is what happens. Not only do you hurt people, but you also don't get to choose how they deal with the pain that you caused them. So
Accountability.
I understand
What's
the mother of my child.
Taking account this whole thing, yeah, Casper. He's taking accountability.
And
Funny is she. There is there is no place whereby I blame Myanmar.
also listen to how he says, I can't be responsible for how they react.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
No, he's in a good space. Man is in a good space, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Let's continue.
And sharing it the way that she shared it, and I hope that it gives her a little peace, because I mean it's not something that you can just grow from immediately. I also hope that this can be an example to more men to say, yo man, it's time to grow up, change, be accountable and be responsible. With that being said, I'd like to close off, you know, with just saying, I'd like to apologize to the mother of my child. I'd like to apologize to her family. I'd like to apologize to my family and everybody I put in this mess. This is the mess that I've created. And through Jesus Christ, I've been able to forgive myself, rebuild, be accountable, and be a man of honor, be a man of integrity, and give myself a second chance. I still will be sharing more of my testimony as time goes. The truth shall set you free, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry, and hopefully you will find it in you to forgive me one day.
Okay.
No, big ups.
Sweet and short.
Big ups to the home. Do you want
He
to start?
took responsibility. He's not casting aspersions. He did what a man ought to do: take responsibility, take accountability. You know, as in tongue. But you know, I tried to do this. You know, because there are certain things that have happened that he's not saying. You see what I'm saying?
No, I like, you know, that's what we talk. Good, he's taking accountability.
Yeah.
And he understands that having a prolonged online back and forth is not worth it.
Yeah.
So he's come out, acknowledged that he did cheat.
Yeah.
You understand? And yeah, ukopa tshwarelo, and yeah, with time to get over it.
Yeah.
You know, like everything else in life. So I'm big ups to him. He's taken full accountability for his actions. My one thing is that I think this is a very teachable moment, because he's not the only man. Be you famous or
not famous, yeah.
famous, you know, this is something that's very it's a real matter, the infidelity of men.
Okay.
Right, in relationships.
Okay.
So you know what I think it's something that I learned after all the relationships that I've had.
Okay.
If there's one common thing that always sticks by, is that there's a degree of dishonesty that men have to take on in favor of relationship.
Okay.
All right. So what do I mean by that? So any man who's got any options with any woman will exercise. Okay. Right. The only men who don't exercise, or in most cases men who don't have options, right? And it's natural, you know, it's natural to have a wandering eye as a man.
Okay.
It's the question of acting on it is another one.
Okay.
But I think for the most part, like Luana no Asanyeti Sona, yes, we hear your apology and whatever. Yeah, you don't owe us an apology.
No, he does not.
I understand. I think also just one thing before I just continue is that in this commentary, we're not talking to Casper, the entertainer. Right, that's someone. That's a creation. That's a character that you created.
We're talking to Casper, the person.
We're talking to Refilwe, the man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Refilwe. Yeah. Oh, Refilwe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Refilwe, the man.
Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Big ups, dog, for everything that you've done to this point and how you've handled this whole situation. I think it's
commendable.
Commendable, right? And
it's very commendable.
100%.
Yeah.
It's standing your ground and acknowledging where you
Dora,
made
no.
mistakes.
This is what I used to do, wada, and all that. I'm not that person anymore. You know, certain changes have taken place, and you know, acknowledging that.
So we look and say, moving forward, how do you improve on all of this? Right? Then we say that, look, obviously we see, I mean, you've come out publicly and you've apologized, and now you're married, and you're married to the woman that you love, and we can only come to the conclusion because you married her.
Yeah.
You know, you've publicly come out
and say, this is my wife.
This is my wife. This is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And you're from a family with two parents. Yeah. Which is it's a good example from your father and your mother. But now moving forward, the question is, as a man who has understood and has taken accountability for his mistakes, in your current marriage now, right? You need to also then maintain the same degree of honesty. Because
I think he knows that. I think he knows that, Casper.
That he has to maintain the same degree of honesty moving forward, In what way? The wife that got with him, the wife that is married and publicly announced to the world that he wants to be with, there may be a situation where man can be tempted again.
Okay.
And she needs to also understand that these are part and parcel of things that come with being with a man of such a status.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand?
All right. Yeah.
No, I mean, he's got options, and then they'll say you're weak when you exercise option, but it's not being weakness; it's being a man at the end of the day, right? I mean, Ospulani, that's the wife. She took him from another woman. She came and presented a better offering,
but she didn't break a marriage.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
But she came with a good value proposition for him to get down on the knee and say, "I want to marry." That commitment that he's made to you and the commitment that she especially made to him, she must understand that she must really stand by it.
Yeah.
She must stand by it because this is a man of a high social status.
No, apart from that, you can't.
They say when
Bonkela, and also Emega Pilabatoriki Monak and everything like that, and then we will to till death do us apart. How do you say the fire and then cha?
You come on the socials and then you want to trash me. It doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that.
Own up.
And
because umunkilo awusomo utsibore by expectly karma, the so-called karma.
100%, and that's why you got so many people who hate you on the socials, but it's got nothing to do with them.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with it.
Shebala palalona.
Yeah, Shebala palalona, build your family and but stick to your vows. The problem is now you're gonna be able to stand the heat. Stick to your vows, because now you don't do that, Madame Pulane. Yeah. Madam Pulani, if you don't do that, Bakoria, Munkilo Mutu, Ulaihile. Proving a karma, a so-called karma to be right.
This is part and parcel. I don't know if Nakoba
Pulani, Wabana would have an issue if Aile Adistralinyal.
Well, no, because.
No,
Uga.
I've got a big thing, guy.
So my question then becomes who was married? Casper was married.
Yeah.
To, let's just say, if she came and broke the marriage.
No, I get it. No, she came and broke me and then got married to the man. That's another thing.
Yes.
Because women, that's a problem I have. That's a problem that I'm having because women would divorce her husband, and then go on and become a side chick. It's a married man.
No, that's decision making. That's dizzy decision making.
And things like that. And
no, it will keep behavior out. I think
but
from
most
day one they
do
were
that.
meant for marriage.
Check out most women now, banana in the side chick. Get side chick who married men, most of them.
Yes.
Or let's say significant number of them.
Yes, no, sure. And no, I'm not taking, but that's their decisions. That correct. So when you get into, so let's go back to why is it important?
So then why?
What is about?
It's an emotional not an emotional contract.
A spiritual contract.
We be like
it's a spiritual
contract. It's a contract. Whether you like it's a contract vow.
Yeah, that they make to each other in the with other people witness
in the presence of God.
In the presence of God. So when you make that vow, when you're standing there making a vow to your husband through sickness and
in health, and that's a party basaba, through sickness and in health, through
thick and thin,
for better, for worse. In sickness and in health.
It means that you're joining and you're committing. I think the Bible only gives exception in the event he beats you.
And then Lele, it also gives exception in terms of infidelity apparently as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
Yeah. And also if there are cases whereby if Mutaukwel and basically leaves you, like I said again, why? What did I do? Did I cheat? No, you didn't cheat. Neglect. Not neglect in the sense of not about part of this. Without grounds.
Which has been which then is misread, and then they can leave for anything.
Yeah. Without grounds. Because let me tell you something. A lot of marriages today, when you listen to it, it's not infidelity. It's not even abuse. Most marriages today,
it's a woman leaving for better.
Yeah,
they're
all so-called better. Or finances have gone down. Or the man has lost value in the eyes of women.
Yeah,
that's basically what.
And there's possibly, and in most cases, a better option.
Yeah.
They think that they can do better now because when I'm living with you now, I know the ins and outs of you.
Yeah. The very same women. Everybody said Balozama. I know of a story. I know of a story of a woman who left her husband and got married at Chakalapala Musagumu. Yaba side chick. of another guy sebetsa le yena a tswa ka lelapa la mosadi o mong mosadi o nana a founela the ex-husband of this lady thinking they're still together with the husband or because we are trying to fix things for our marriage. Then the ex-husband, the husband, we are in the divorce process. I know that.
No.
So. And I don't want to say, this is a bashing of women, but generally men don't do that.
Yeah. When a man commits, he commits.
No. Like for example, generally we don't do that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but you hardly hear of cases like that, whereby, let's say you're married, I take your wife, and then your relationship, and then I take that to be my wife.
You know why?
The moment they generally, it's a turn off.
You've been betrothed to someone. Or you belong to someone.
Yeah.
It's hands off. It's hands off.
Most mature men, maybe you give my benten. It's so common. Story says, Kespa, Ausi, Unka, well, Banwasanyala, Kespa, Lexia, High, Unka Mutu. Those are expressions that clean couple.
But then it speaks directly to a profession. For example, I said in why does a woman leave her marriage and go break another marriage up? It's because she's envious.
I will never understand that.
Asheba the Joneses next door, where Jomo is doing way better for his woman. I wish for that.
Yeah.
He buys his woman flowers every Sunday. He takes her out on a date 2 times a week. But buys her son, and then so it becomes envious, and I want that for myself because I'm not getting this at home. Instead of coming back home and looking maybe at this, because remember when you marry someone, you had your reasons why you married them. You guys got together. There was something that made you say, believe it, this was going to be forever. So instead of fixing your partner, you jump and you want to jump onto a better situation because it also goes back to provision. That's why, like, if a man and a woman, it's very rare in this materialistic world that we live in to find
you can say that again.
Yeah, to find a woman who's earning, let's just say 50,000, and a guy that's earning 15,000. Why? Because already there's no respect for you because you're earning less than me. What can you do for me that I can do for myself?
Yeah.
At a materialistic level, like it. And then that's the basis of it because it's a survival. It's a survival.
It's this false sense of power.
Yes, that's why. And then a man, on the other hand, and that's why Runa, why don't we do it? It's because 70% of women are sleeping or want the same 10% to 20% of men. What about the 80% of men?
Yeah.
80% of the other men left out. Why? Then it goes back to a provision thing. For example, just an example.
Yeah.
They see me and they think, I want that guy.
Yes,
this. So nice, got this, and then whatever. And then they see me with my woman, right? But you're a type. Like you're a type, right? And they're all gonna gravitate towards you because you've got this particular profile that every woman is looking for. And then they'll get with you. You get your woman, and then others will keep coming because everybody wants to be under that umbrella, yeah? Joe. They want to have the same benefits. They want that, even if it means breaking your home.
That's the problem I have.
Even if it means that. But remember, these are things that come with being a man of value. And when you talk about a man of value, there's the material and then also the salient features like body integrity this is not going to deter a woman from wanting it. Any
never.
Woman who's
never. Baby mama hair.
Yeah. Especially the man is growing into. The man that is growing and developing into. So he's gonna. It's only gonna get worse because now he's made an honest woman of someone, and they're going to want to destroy that because women want what another has, unless if she's got her own already.
Yeah.
Like maybe your woman will say, no, what's okay, nah, I'm happy with my man, and then you can sit and discuss because you fulfill all your needs. But then you look and say, what about the other gents who don't have access to Baba Sabatri? What about them? That's why this side chick to married men is such a phenomenon.
And it's a phenomenon. It's a pandemic.
But it's something that's happened since time immemorial. Why? Because then you look in the Bible again. Then Banban had X amount of wives. I believe in polygamy. I believe in it.
Okay.
I understand the options aspect of it.
Okay.
Right? Understanding that also, if you've got the means to, you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. If you can do monogamy, good for you as a man if you can do it. Right? But the odds are against you. But the matters of like polygamy, for example, I really know what it's all. Why was it so back in our cultural days, back before the Bible and the westernization of it? Was because the men who could provide for society within a particular tribe or clan, there was not a lot of them. So who's going to take care of all these other women when there's only a small amount of men who can actually provide? And that's the balance. But now, when women are socialized with a man is your man, he's your man, it becomes very difficult because, yes, he's your man, he marries you and he commits to you. But 10, 20, 15, 30 years of marriage, trust me, there's going to be others who are going to be knocking and wanting the same.
That's true. That is true. I agree with you.
So if done properly, like Casper is a man of value. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, when I say a man of value, like, women see value in you. Understand that? I'm not saying
some sort of value. There's some that.
So I'm not saying he must be a polygamist or any of that, but I'm saying with the reality of his life and the reality
is
of
that
any
there
man,
is something that
women are attracted to.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a constant situation.
Till. That is why this lady Msadwa High, he must stick to those vows.
Yeah, that's it.
She has no choice.
This is part and parcel of what you signed up for.
Yeah.
You want a man of value. The real truth that no one maybe may have told you is that
you're going to have trouble.
He may stumble again.
Yeah.
In his Christianity, in his spiritual faith,
that's true. I agree.
He's still human at the end of the day. He's a man, and he may stumble.
He may. I agree. That's a big possibility.
Transgress that one vow that is made, but you gotta stick to your vows.
You gotta stick.
See it through 100%.
Social media like baby mama.
No, we don't care. And especially how you got it.
Because especially how you got it. Because look where I'm though they were not married, but now
knowing full well what the circumstances, knowing full well what you're getting yourself into. So
that's a problem. You see, the challenge, it's not like about how Banyala couple when they become your, they don't see circumstances. They are very full aware. But I feel like somewhere along the line they can change things. Couple days they can, marriage is not like you can get in and out. It's not. A lot of let me touch on a thing at divorce Hanya and then we close this thing. We will talk about divorce because I have experienced that. Divorce is a traumatizing experience. Whether you want it or not. And one of the repercussions is depression. Even though maybe whether you are the one who instigated it or not, and instigated meaning filed for divorce or you were fighting for your marriage, it's going to affect you the same. So with so many, that's why so much depressions and things like that among us and of man are now women are becoming side chicks of married men. Doesn't make sense.
American statistics speak something along the lines of 70% of divorces are initiated by women. Walking out on a man, walking out.
And I think we've got the same. Since we are in a westernized society, I think we've got the same trend here in South Africa as well, because we somehow copy the trends of America.
No, it's the indoctrination. When I say because South African black women are the most supported in corporate South Africa.
Everything.
In business and all of that. So they are, the system is empowering you. The economic system is
but we can't keep families.
Because yet again.
And when you look at the reasons why, you can go, the guy got so the divorce, irreconcilable differences.
And what one? And that is not a
financial abuse.
Yeah. In what way? I had to carry the whole house. Yeah, but was he working? Yes, he worked. Philip said it. Kappa, yes, he had a business and then business went down.
Yeah.
And now I can't do this.
But I get another way to have. For better or for worse.
100%. No.
Because if the wife is your helper, in the time of need, she comes and helps.
Yes.
That's help.
Yeah, if she's working, she carries the load.
Yeah.
Because you're there for the good. Ne?
Most, I'm telling you, I can say maybe fairly over 60% plus of marriages shouldn't have ended up in I'm telling you.
Yeah.
As a society, we would have been in a better place
had we held on to the values of marriage and exactly what
and stuck it out in terms,
100%. No, I fully agree with you. It's
because there was not about mtuna no kompola because in this marriage. When you look at them irreconcilable differences, some of the reasons now that the courts have put in to make it legally viable, get to our financial abuse or whatever the case might be, and you don't even know what that is.
Because the system, the court is saying, break that family apart. Break it apart, we'll support you. Break it apart, we'll make it easy for you to get out of there. And then what do you have? Then we go back to what we discussed last week with regards to single parent, mother-led households. And then that breaks down the structure of
Matat. But we'll talk about it. But now let's close off this thing, Yaga Casper. Well, Casper is owning up. He said he'll do another video, will react to it.
Which one?
No, he said he will do another video.
Okay.
He said he'll do another video. He's going to speak about his testimony. We'll see if it's relevant to what we want to discuss and we'll take it from there.
Sure.
All right.